and I found it's not so easy to be a tourist. Everybody thinks it's fun, it's nice, but you know, I missed my family, I missed my country, I missed Yerushalayim, you know. I dream about it. It was so easy for me, you know. And I miss my cup of coffee, I miss my bed, you know. I want to do it easier for you. First of all, location. It's very important to know exactly where you are. We are living here in Lower Galilee. Lower Galilee, it means that we are the north of Israel. North of Israel, it means that if I'm going to drive from here after an hour, I'm going to be in the Kinneret, Sea of Galilee, the only blue circles that you can find on our map. 40 minutes, less than 40 minutes, 35 minutes from here to the west, I can find myself in Haifa, with the port, with Mount Carmel. The stories that we know from the Bible about the competition between Elias and the other prophets. It means that east-west in this part of Israel, it's very large, it's only an hour, that's all. An hour and 10 minutes from here to the north, you can touch the border between us and our nice neighbors at the Hezbollah. It means the border between us and Lebanon. An hour and a half from here to the south, you can be in our holiest important city in the world. It's not Tel Aviv. Even some of the Israel confused think it's Tel Aviv. It's not Tel Aviv. Even your president thinks it's Tel Aviv because your ambassador is there. Yeah. You know, and this is Yerushalayim. Don't call it Jerusalem. Call it the same name that God called it. Yerushalayim. This is the name, and because most of you are Christians, this is what Ophir told me. It's very important to know that 5 minutes from here to the east you can be in Cana, and 7 minutes from here to the west you can be in Nazareth. 10 minutes. It means that we are in the heart of the Lower Galilee. What we are doing here, first of all, the communities that you saw, the big neighborhoods that you saw, how it works, because it's not a city. It's not a kibbutz, it's not a moshav, it's not a farm, you know, it's not a village. How it's working, because it's important. We are living here, it's like a suburb, but without the city. It's important to know, it's like a suburb without the city. We don't share any economics account together like in the kibbutz. We don't deal with agriculture like in the moshav, I mean the village. We're living here like a suburb without the city. If we need a city, we got it. Half an hour from here to the west, we can be in Haifa, you know. If you call Tiberias city, half an hour from here to the east, you can be in Tiberias. It means that we have everything that we need. Think about a neighborhood outside of one of the cities in the States. You need to see a nice movie that your kids cannot put you on your web, you know. Cannot put it in your computer. You can take the car and half an hour there to the city. It means that we are living in a very modern life in a piece of the Lower Galilee. Really, thank God, it's a very nice place. And it's an Orthodox Jewish community. It means that we are living according to the Jewish laws that we get in Sinai 3,324 and a half years ago. And it's important to know that Sabbath here is something very special. Nobody drive in the street, nobody work in his garden, nobody even see TV. A real Sabbath like 2,000 years back. We are not the Amish guys. No, we are not the Amish. We have all those gadgets that you have in your houses there. I'm not sure that we need it, but we have the same thing. I need to call my kids 3 times to have the dinner with us because they play with the computer.
Yes.
No, we have the same problems. But we are living here according to the Jewish law that we get in Sinai more than 3,000 years ago. This is more or less the story. We're going to grow up to be more than 700, 800 families. We start 29 years ago with 10 families. Today we have very close to 400 families.
Wow.
And thanks God thanks God about this, and we are going to be 700, 800 families on the plan. But don't forget that even Tel Aviv starts with 90 families. You can see what's going to happen. I want to share with you another important thing. We have everything that we need here. We have our own synagogue here. We have our own rabbi here. We have a school for the kids. We have youth movement for the kids. We have a swimming pool here. We have everything. I think you call it in America lifestyle. A very nice lifestyle. And people really like the place because what they get to be here part of a community, it's very nice. You have, I call it insurance. It's like a guarantee that you are not alone in the world. You can see it if something happy happened, like bar mitzvah, you know, the days that you become to be adult. You can see it, wedding, we send each other cake, small presents. This is what they call the easy test. The tough test is somebody need your support, need your help, because they find themselves in a very bad economics situation, or even worse, healthy situation. How the community know to support those families when they, fortunately, we got some cases like this, because, you know, life is not a movie from Hollywood.
Right.
Life, it can be very sad. And unfortunately, we got some cases, and I know that we passed it for good marks from who that gave us marks in this world, how we behave each other. For example, who will take care about the kids when the husband support the mother in the hospital because unfortunately she get cancer. This is the real life. To be tourist, it's nice really, but. And I know that we are living in a very nice place, and people know Shabbat, Sabbath, it's something very special. Nobody work, like I told you. Everybody white shorts, walking to the synagogue, back together, surround the table. Friday night, Saturday. It's very nice. And I'm going to show you something. It's a little bit private, but I'm going to show it to you. It's more than this. Because think about the situation. I am a Jew living in Israel in the 21st century. It's a dream that began to be true.
Yes.
And it's a miracle because my ancestors only dreamt about this, and I'm living here. And really, I thank God about it. You know, even Tel Aviv it's like this, but Tel Aviv is so huge you cannot see it. But here, every business, every house, every family that come and live here, it's part of the miracle. And this is the story. And the name of the place is Hoshaya, the name of the village, the name of the suburb, Hoshaya. And the name of this site, and this is the reason why you came here, is Kefar Kedem. Kefar, if I translate Kefar to English, Kefar, it's a village. Kedem, we have two meanings. Both came from the Bible. One is east, and the other is ancient. We try to take people, and bring them to the ancient time of the Galilee. Now you can ask me, it will be a legitimate question, why it's important to deal with the history. We are living in the 21st century. We have all those gadgets. We can take a look about the forward. Why to deal with all those past stories? And if you're a Jew, it's very easy to explain you, because if you come back to Israel and you want to know more about yourself, more about your nation, more about your roots, more about your country, you must do it here. Because here you get, because you're a Jew, the second holiest book after the Bible, the 6 books of the Mishnah. It's important to know that all the laws that the Jews know today, you cannot find even once in the Torah. You can find something about this, but you cannot find even once the word bar mitzvah. You cannot find even once in the Torah where to put the mezuzah. And you cannot find in the Bible what's the color of the tefillin. Every Jew in the world, they behave like the same thing. For it came the miracles that the Jew came like a nation and came back to the homeland. It's a miracle. For it came. If the Jew will behave according to the Bible, you found them like all over the world. They didn't know what about the roots. But because they behave like the Mishnah, those 6 books of the Mishnah, that we get it in Sinai, and they edit it for us here in Sipori 1800 years ago, we become to be a nation that found a way back to the homeland. This is for the Jews. From the Christian, it was a very big surprise from you. After we opened this place, something 20 years back, I get call from tourist agencies that he said, Menachem, I'm going to send you 5 or 6 buses of a Christian to that you must share with them what you know about. I said, why it's important to them? You say, you completely don't know about what you're talking. It's very important to them that you share with them your way of life, how you explain to the people here, because if they want to know about themselves, you are the roots.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And I asked him if they are going to pay for this. He said yes. I said okay. I didn't ask him. I was very polite. I didn't, but I know that you will like it. This is the reason why I said it. No, really, what I try to tell you is it's an honor for me to try to show you what I know, how the ancient Jews used to live here in the Lower Galilee. It's not only the Lower Galilee, it's the way. all over Israel. But here, what they did, Rabbi Yehuda Nasi, this famous rabbi that is the head of the parliament, the head of the Sanhedrin, more than 1800 years ago, gave us the power to be a Jew and to find the way back to our country. And with those miracles, I want to share with you my my experience here in Kefar Kedem. Clap your hands, guys! Hey, people of Kefar Kedem! How we can take people from the 21st century and bring them 2,000 years back? No, think about it. It's not so easy. Because we are so deeply in the 21st century. Everything that we are doing, it's part of, you know, the technologies that we have, and etc. I thought about this. And I said to myself that one side it's very easy because we are living in the same area exactly. Like I told you, 5 minutes from here, Cana, Nazareth, you know, it didn't change. The views that you cannot see today didn't change from the last 2,000 years back. You know, the same hills, the same. And we plant and replant trees that we know from the Bible. This is the grape, and this is the palm tree. And there you can see the fig tree. And you can see the olive tree here. And we have some pomegranate trees after the donkeys there. It means that we have the same plants like 2,000 years back. And we try to find the real animals like 2,000 years that the people used here. 2,000, you know, the sheep and the chickens and the pigeons and the goats and the and even the donkeys. Think about it. The smell of the donkey didn't change over the last 2,000 years. It means that I'm going to invite you for a 5 science experience adventure, like how the ancient Jews used to live here 2,000 years back. But I didn't solve the problems that I asked about. How we can change ourselves to be like 2,000 years back. We try to find the answer. I think that we found one of the answers. We try to give you the same outfit like 2,000 years back. It was very funny because I asked a lot of people, nobody really gave me the answer. In the end of the search, I found the answer on my body. Do you know what the ancient Jews used to wear? 4 corners, tzitzit. But they didn't hide the tzitzit. They didn't have any reason to hide the tzitzit. 2,000 years ago, guys, the Jews wore the tzitzit like this. Why today they hide the tzitzit? Because to be Jew in the exile, it can be very dangerous. I don't speak only about 75 years back in Europe, you know. Even today, in some parts of Europe, it can be very dangerous. It's the reason why they took the big thing and they hide it. But originally, it was something like this. If you saw somebody came 2,000 years back and he wore something like this, even today, some parts of Jerusalem, some parts of another ultra-Orthodox city in Israel, the name is Bnei Brak, you can find people that wear 4 corners like this. Even some parts of Brooklyn today you can find Jews that wear it like this. Because this is the original way to do it. Yeah. Why we are, you know, it's paradox because God commands us in the Bible to wear the 4 corners and to see the blue tribe and remind ourselves of the law of God. How we can do it if you hide it? But why do you hide it? Because if you wouldn't hide it, they can kill you. They can kill you. This is the reason why you... And guys, you can open what the Christian call New Testament. Marcus 5:27. Hold it, please. Here in Cana. Cana, it means 5 minutes from here to the east. The woman tried to speak with Jesus. What she did, she tried to stop him. She held only the corner, his garment, or the fringes. It depends what you read there. It means this is exactly what he used to wear 2,000 years back. Okay, thank you very much. This is what we are. Head cover. Today the Orthodox Jews wear kippah. Kippah is a very modern thing. It's like America 200 years. That's all we are speaking about 2,000 years back. It's a sign of an Orthodox Jew today, but 2,000 years ago the sign was to cover your heads. I tried to find what they used to cover the head. It was very funny because I asked a lot of people. Nobody really gave me the answer. And the end of the search, I found the answer on the market of Nazareth. The natives, the Arabs, the Jews, everybody in the Middle East covers the head with the same thing. Like this.
So you're sure about it?
Everybody, guys. One side here, and the other to the other side, another crisscross here, and what you get, you tucked inside. And without my Japanese watch, sorry, my Chinese watch, my Chinese watch, I become to be like one of the ancient Jews here in those hills 2,000 years back. Without all those keys, I'm not sure where they are. A Chinese watch. It's not a Rolex, it's Chinese watch. Now, what we are going to do, we are going, I think, to prepare the bread like they used to prepare here. After a while, we are going to eat something like they used to eat here, only with the right hand, without any tools, you know. The source of no double dipping came from here. And after a while, we are going to be on the first 4x4 vehicle, the donkey. Any questions, please? Come on, change my mind with a good question. I can give you an example, okay, guys? What about your kids, guys? Menachem, they really follow after your way, or they found a new ways in their life? It's a good question. What do you think?
Yes.
You find new ways.
You asked me the question?
Yes.
I can answer it? Okay.
Yes. You have kid problems.
Really? Baruch Hashem, it means thanks God. I don't have. But you know, it's really all the time in my mind. What I'm going to do if, God forbidden, one of my kids, he will tell me, Menachem, Abba, it's mean Dad, it's not my way. I think the big challenge in my life is to lead my kids in the right way, the way that I'm living. And if they try to find search a new way, I will be very upset about this. Thank God, until today, I don't have any problem. Maybe because the biggest, it's only 4 years. No. 24 years. But really, it's okay. It looks like it's going to. But I think most of the kids here, more than 80%, really continue the way. And 20% try to find a new way in their life. And I don't mean only about the ways that we are living here. Some of them try to be in the city. Some of them try to find a new challenge in the settlements in Judah and Samaria, like we started 29 years ago. It was a settlement alone here in the middle of the hills, you know. But today it's very nice; you cannot see it. And it's a big challenge. And this is the reason why it's important to us that the school will be here, the kindergarten will be here, and yeah. Good question. Who asked the question? Okay. Another question, please.
Do you have a yeshiva here too?
No, we don't have any yeshiva here. I think it's false. So we need a yeshiva here, if you ask me. But nobody really asked me here if to open here yeshiva. No. And some of my kids are living in another place because I asked them. It's important that they will be in the yeshiva. And some of the kids, for example, have 3 kids that are learning in the yeshiva, and one kid he decided to learn in a very public school here, high school here in Tiberia. It depends on the way of the spirit of the kids. You cannot really put somebody in the yeshiva. You must learn a lot of Torah, Mishnah, Gemara. It's very heavy, you know. It's very tough to do it. And it was very tough to me. I can really understand one of my kids that said, it's not for me. I can understand one of my kids that said in the middle of the week, Dad, I want a break day, you know, a break in the middle of the, I can understand it because it's very heavy. Yeah, after I showed you my problems, we can go to have some of the outfits. It means that I invited you to have them. We're going to take a group picture together, all of you, and we are going to prepare the bread like the ancient Jews here 2,000 years back. If you have any questions. Thank you, ladies. Somebody is really listening to me.
Is there any differences between Yiddish and Hebrew?
What's the difference?
Yeah, or is it the same?
It's completely different language. Yiddish came from the people, from the Jews that used to live in Europe, East Europe, and the roots came from Germany and Hebrew a little bit, because the words came from Hebrew, because they they practice their language. It's another miracle that the Hebrew is still alive. Think about it. You wouldn't find another language in the world that start, you know, create from nothing. You know, it's not create, rely from nothing like the Hebrew. And Yiddish, it's like the Ladino. Ladino, it's another ancient language that the Jews in Spain spoke, you know, and 600 years ago when they kicked them from Spain to another countries, they really kept it. And Yiddish, it's like, you know, my grandparents spoke Yiddish, my parents speaking a little bit Yiddish, and I don't know a words in Yiddish, and it's very sad. I know, you know, because my parents spoke Yiddish, that I wouldn't understand, and I understood the words that said, "Come on, leave him alone," you know. But
their original is Hebrew.
Yeah, of course. It's a miracle, you know. Something like 5 years ago, I get here in Americans, a Jew from American, you know, and I try to understand a lady, you know, she was very old, and ask her, you know, you spent 2 weeks in Israel. What is the most incredible thing that you saw in Israel? You know, and I was sure that she's going to tell me Yerushalayim or Kefar Kedem, you know, this place. And she told me, you know, something that was very touching. She said, everybody speaking Hebrew here. It was so true, you know, because it's a miracle. Please, have those outfits, come on. The people can ask, can thought that all the power he get from the staff. If the reason he did it with, it means that it was really part of his, think about David. He said, your staff, when he kicked me, and when he helped me, we know that it's only for a good reason. I really respect it. It's amazing shepherd. Shepherd 23, the Lord is my shepherd. It's only a goat or a shepherd can write something. It's so pure. It's so honest. It's so real. You know. It's a nice picture when I do something like this. No, it's very nice. You know, I can do it again. You know.
Very dramatic.
Yeah. Oh, Chinese word. I must take it. You know, I felt. What I'm trying to tell you is that the leaders began to be from the shepherds, and think about the ancestors, my ancestors, Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac. They used to be a shepherd. Think about the way that the slave of Abraham, Eliezer, found Isaac's wife. He found her by the well. Well. Think about where Jacob found his lover wife, by the well. Think about where Moses found his wife, by the well. Where I found mine, it's not your business. What they're trying to tell you, that they used to be a shepherd. And if you're a good shepherd, you know exactly what your flock, your animals, your people need.
Yes, that's right.
And it's more than this. If you're a shepherd, you know how to lead. It means you walk, and everybody is behind you, not because they're afraid, because they trust you.
He leads
because they know that you know the way. This is the reason why they're after you. This is a real shepherd. And it's a real question. You know what she said? It's Menachem, come on, change something from your words. We know orally what you say. Why they used to be a shepherd? What you can find in those animals that everybody in the ancient times that you can find in the Bible become to be shepherds. First of all, I want to ask few volunteers to come and help me to explain you. And I'm going to ask them to come. Fiona! Okay, Fiona is last.
Hi, lady.
Clap your hands, guys! How's they eating? But they're nice to be part of the show, I think.
Yes.
Okay, really I want to take one of those sheep, but they're busy now, they're in the forest now. And first of all, once a year, they shear the hair. We start to shear the hair now. Think about the stories that we know about David and Nabal HaKarmeli, that he guarded them when they used to shear the goats and they didn't want to pay to him. And this is the reason why Abigail met David and she began to be after a while to be his wife. And this is the wool from the lambs that we sheared yesterday. We start to do it because we do it before, of course, the summer, and we are at the end of the winter now. We have a very nice winter, thank God. We have a lot of rain. If I compare it to the other years that we had ago, it's very nice. Thanks God about it a lot. People that are living in the cities, they don't know how to respect the rain. They hate the rain. But here, if you are speaking about the ancient time, you are living in the part of the nature, you know exactly what it means to live without rain.
Right.
You die. Okay, think about Proverbs 31 about the wool of valor. She knew how to take the wool and prepare from the wool the thread. Wow. And this is the real spinning, guys. If you thought until today that the real spinning is to ride on bicycle in your gym, it's wrong. This is the real spinning. And you prepare the thread, and it began to be the material, the base of those materials that you really help yourself to warm or to keep the warmth of the body, like this. And now I can double the power, and from this you can prepare your hats, your socks, your sweaters, and from the wool you can prepare your blankets. Take a look at how they did it. Put them inside, 2 pieces of sheet from both sides. You put them together and you have a nice blanket. Now, guys, another thing that they did from the wool, it's a weapon. I'm sure that you heard about this weapon. It's a slingshot.
Nice.
David used it. He knew exactly how to use it because he used to be
The shepherd.
and he cannot really hurt that somebody cursed God. And he came with his beliefs, his faith inside his heart. And Goliath, the giant, said, "Was I a dog?" He said, "No, you didn't understand. I came with the belief in my heart." And he threw it to his forehead, ran to him, took his sword, cut his head, threw it to the Philistines. They started to run, and the heart of a little, he wasn't a little, he was like a boy, you know. Some of the explanations said he was 70 or 60. The power of his heart, the belief in his heart, really gave the power for all the others.
Amen.
Yeah. Hard news for some of you. The meat came from here. Nice piece of meat you can find here. Ribs. Nice piece of meat you can find here. This is the protein in the base of the protein in the ancient time. And to get this protein, you must first of all slaughter. It's a kosher animal. It's a kosher animal. You can eat goats. You can eat a sheep. And the difference is that you can see you can see it's open, and she is מעלה גרה. איך אומרים?
She eats her cut.
Choose her cut.
Choose her cut, and yeah, again and again. She gets 4 stomach, and she passes from one stomach to the other stomach. Another important thing, she is pregnant. We cannot milk her, but the milk came from here, guys. It's a nice goat. You didn't know why you came to Israel. If you didn't know why you came to Israel, this is the reason that you can milk a goat here in the Galilee. I want to show you how to do it. Put your hands like this, everybody. We call it in a full signs, you know, with 5 signs. It means that you must do it with your hands. You close those 2 fingers, and now you start to milk it like this.
Mm-hmm.
You have an experience before. You did it very good.
told you I lived on a
Guys,
farm for 3
guys,
months.
guys, it's very important. Don't do it from the other side because we can have some drops on the ears of the goats if you do it from down here. Important point. After we eat her, we can use the skin to write Torah, mezuzot, to use it for leather things like, you know, boots or jackets, everything that we know that they made with this. And the shofar, the horn of the ram. The Jews use it in Rosh Hashanah, the first day of the year. The holiday from there, it's mean Yom Kippur. The Independence Day, Yom Ha'atzmaut, and Yerushalayim Day, Jerusalem Day in Iyar. It means more or less in May. We use it to remind God mercy. Mercy. Why? Because when Abraham took his son to sacrifice him, Isaac, he didn't do it because the angel said, don't touch him. And he saw the ram stuck in the bush with his horns, and he took the ram and sacrificed him. And we use it. Here we use it to remind God mercy. Here in Kefar Kedem, we use it to remind the worker to bring me the hot to me. Why? Because we want to do something very special with the hot meat. What they did, I said, gloves, etc., etc., something. So you can understand why they want to be shepherds, because they get a lot of things from those animals. And it's a very, I'm not sure that you know, it's a very tough work. All the time, you must be part. תודה רבה. מי תקרא את האש? Guy, my son, I told you that he doesn't want to go to the yeshiva this morning. He said, I need a break time today. And now he said, it's so nice. I'm not sure. He said, Dad, I'm very sorry about what happened in the morning. It's very nice, you know.
Yes.
He get it those, to be so nice, he get it from his mother. No, I wish that somebody will tell my wife that I'm speaking about her so nice every week.
Yes. Okay.
Smells great.
Smells good. Yeah, it's a goat milk. We make it tomorrow, yesterday, or this day, or in the morning. And think about Abraham in the middle of the nowhere. He wants to eat something. David, it's so sad. David said that his parents left him and God collected him. You know, shrinks can make the fortune from this today. No, really. And who can prepare to him something to eat in the middle of the nowhere? What he did, he took some twig from the fig tree with his Leatherman. I'm sure he gets one of the Leatherman. How he can survive without Leatherman in the middle of the nowhere? And he peeled one of those twigs, and he started to thirst. Mix it. Yeah. And I want to remind you that he wants to eat something. This is the reason why we are doing all these things. He milks them to warm the milk a little bit, and now he mixes them together. Really, in the season of the fig, I can put some drops here from the fruit of the figs. It would be even. Her name is Siona. Her name is Bracha. Bracha, yeah. And I know that some of the tourists say, "Come on, he tricked us. Everybody's name is Bracha." No, believe me. It took me 2 weeks to explain her that it's very nice for her to come here because I'm going to give her something to eat here. And people ask me, how you train them, you know? I said, come on, if I would put some food for you here, you are going to be in the same position.
It's specifically a fig twig?
Yeah, fig twig. And it's very nice that you believe me that it really works, you know? But you can do it with some drops of lemon or vinegar.
Vinegar?
Yeah, vinegar, you can do it too. And what we get, the milk start to curdle. You see, I'm not racy. I give one to the black, one to the brown. It's your decision. It's not my decision. Take a look what happened. It's not cheese, guys. It's a mix.
Popote in Mexico.
Now, guys, I'm going to do something very, very
Popote.
nice. I'm going to try to separate between the water and the protein and the fat. How they did it, they didn't do it with cheesecloth like I have it here.
Goodness.
They use the head cover. The same thing, I can do it with my head cover, but I'm going to add some flavor to your cheese. I'm not sure that you need it. Lady, please come and help me. Yeah? Gentlemen, please come and help us. Yeah. Please take the corners. Take the corners here. Now, give me some room here. Take a look what's happening. Are you ready? Yeah. Okay. We have some holes here, and all the water goes from the holes down. And now, what's left here, like I told you, only the protein and the fat. The protein and the fat become to be our, thank you very much, our cheese.
Wow.
Lady, do you want that we are going to do it again for you?
Do it again so you take it.
Do it again. Do it again.
Picture of
Do it
her.
again. Do it again.
With her
Okay,
feet.
we can do it. You're,
Okay, okay, okay.
you're a tourist, really?
There we go. All right, hold on.
If you want that it will be nature, come on, look for me, not for the not in this part, you know.
There we go. Look at me. There you go. Oh,
Okay,
good.
thank you very much.
Here's your camera.
Okay, now, because we are having cheese here, I'm sure that in America you can call it instant cheese. Because it's very fast. It means that we are going to eat it here. Yeah. But you know, I can ask you, yeah. We are very close to Nazareth. Maybe you can call it cheeses from Nazareth, guys. What do you think? No, really, what we have here, take a look.
Oh my goodness.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו. No, really, it's nice and it's very nice because it's without any salt, without anything, and it's nature and it's become from the. Yeah, it's pure. And I'm going to ask you to do something now because all the time I speak and you don't. First of all, if you have any questions, this is the time to ask me.
Do you have a lot of heart attacks up here? All fat cheese.
No comments. No, really, it's very nice. It's not all those chemicals that it's part from our cheese today. And now what I'm asking you to do, that you have the experience, you have the opportunity to touch the thing. First of all, I'm allow you, of course, to do everything that I did, except to use the slingshot. Because someday, 7 years ago, a nice bar mitzvah boy from Brooklyn tried to kill his mother with a by accident, of course. No? Please don't do it. But all the other things, you can try to spinning, blow the shofar, of course, taste the cheese, and milk, Siona. Again, you close those two fingers and you
Squeeze.
cheat down.
She's saying
The
no.
way to do it. Yeah, she asked that before you touch their nipple, please wash your hands and warm them a little bit. Any question? Come on, do it. Buy the bread for $3 or $4. Somebody cut it for you, put it in very nice plastic, sorry, paper bag, you know. And most of the time we don't know how to respect God about it because it's so easy to get it. Most of the time we don't pay, we give it the plastic card. That's all, how you can respect. But in the ancient times, they was involved. They really knew how to respect the bread. We have a law that said that you are not allowed to cross bread because this is something that God gave you. It's a present from God. How you can cross? How you can how you can allow to be of a present of God to be on the floor, on the ground? You must pick it. I remember my friend, our father do it. He pick it, give him a kiss. They put it in a window. That the birds will come and it's amazing, you know, technology, it's really... In the ancient time, there was involved, it means all the family knew exactly what's the time to start to plow, what's the time to start to sow, etc., etc. But why to spend time about this when you can't use it? Because all of the world, they did the same technology, the same process to get the bread. Think about it, you know. You come all over the world to heard from me what you can heard in America. It's why you did it. No, the basic thing is like this. We have the Jewish way, the Bible way to prepare the bread. It's another step. It's very hard. Think about this. If you're working according to the Bible law, to the Jewish law, you are not allowed to mix animals when you plow your land. You are allowed, according to the Bible, to mix animals with the same power. It means to put here on the same yoke 2 oxen, it's okay, 2 donkeys, it's okay. But to mix the oxen and donkey together, forbidden. Why? Because you hurt one of them, maybe both, because one is stronger than the other. You put them together, and one is stronger. It means that you put more in his bread, and you hurt his shoulder, his back. Physically, you get warm. You're not allowed to do it, you know, 2 or 3 times, 2 times. Here we get a priest that came from Switzerland with his community, and he stopped me when I spoke, and he shows them the story that 10 or 15 years ago, he saw a farmer in Syria plow his land with oxen and donkey together, and because he did it together, all the back of the donkey was full with blood. It's a nice story, and it's really, he shared with them. But on the other side, I want to remind you that one of the prophets from the Bible, his name was Elisha. He knew how to plow his land with 24 oxen together. It's amazing how he did it. You know, we are not involved in these works. We don't know what it means, but try to think about this more deeply. How he lead the first 2 oxen is more than 60 meters from here. How he made a U-turn in the end of the field with 24 oxen together. You know, some of the time I don't know how to deal with 24 twos together. You know, one of the Jews that came from Ethiopia, he told me how they did it. He said, we whistle. And when you whistle, the first 2 know to U-turn, to make the U-turn, all the other follow them. It means that you must put the old axes there, that they know what it means, that the whistles that they heard from you, more than 60 meters behind them. And why I'm so impressed from this prophet? Because from the other side of this farmer, he was the highest level that human being can be. He spoke with God. And to find today a person to get those 2 different sides in one side, I didn't find. You have special rabbis, we have special farmers, and to find a mix of professionals. We did already, we plowed the land. Now we are going to the easiest work. Easiest work, it means that you put all the seeds here, and you start to sow them. Easy, yeah? Whistle, be nice, be happy. But according to the book of Psalms, chapter 126, the people that sow tears. With tears. Because you don't, it's not America, guys, it's not Europe. You don't sow them, you throw your food. And if you know what can be the result without rain, you start to cry with tears. Deeply from your heart, you cry and ask God, please give me rain in time. Without your help, I'm nothing. The connection between the farmer and the ancient time and God, it was stronger than what we can find today. Because we knew exactly that the bread didn't come from the supermarket, it came from the... And without the rain, you can starve. And when you starve, and your kids ask for a piece of a cake, a piece of a bread, and you say to them, sorry, I don't eat either meat, you must cry, because it came really from your soul, this bread. And now you can ask me what the Torah said in the 5 books of Moses. Why to live in Israel? Because in Egypt, the Torah said, Egypt, it's so easy. You said, good morning, night, good morning, my field, and you open what you black 2 days ago, and all the water came through the tunnel to your field from the Nile. You understand what I said? What you have in Egypt? You have the Nile. It's green. Both sides, it's blue. Both sides, it's green. Become to be yellow because it's the middle of the desert. What's made how it's far? Why it's so far away? Because they prepare a tunnel. When the tunnel stops, it means that they don't have water. It starts the desert. The Torah said, the 5 books of Moses said, that it's not like Israel, it's not like Israel. You cannot open the tunnel here in Israel. You don't have any river. You must speak with God and ask Him for rain. And now you can ask me, it's going to be a legitimate question. You can understand that you are not the first one that asked the question. Why to live in Israel? If in Egypt, or maybe the modern Egypt, it's so easy to get the rain, or maybe the livelihood, it's so easy to get it. Why to be here in Israel? And God gave us the answer right away. Sentence after He says, this is the only land of the world that the eyes of God hear from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And this is your land, Israel. For me, it's very nice, because I can say, do you know why I'm living here? Because this is my land. God gave it to me. I cannot set it in another place of the world, only here in Israel, without any excuse to somebody. This is my land. It's mostly for you guys. If you want to ask from Him something, do it here, because here is where it's a local call.
He's direct.
We did already. We cry, we pray, we wait. After 5 months, we can take the sickle and start to harvest our field. You see, we are waiting here, and another 2 months we can start to harvest the wheat. This is a wheat plant, but we need to see the stalk another month, another 2 months we can start to harvest. When we harvest our field here in Israel, I'm proud to tell you that I'm proud to be part of this nation that knew how to behave to the lowest level of their society more than 3,000 years ago. Because according to the Bible, you must share with the stranger, with the poor people, with the widows, with the orphans, what fell from the heads of your workers. And if you forgot a package like this one, a shift in Europe, fields are allowed to come and pick it. And the corners of your field belong. It's your property, but the corner belong to those strangers. And now you can ask me, why you are so proud? How do you know that your ancestors really behaved like those laws? Because we have law even today in the state. We don't behave like those laws because, you know, the policeman said, don't park here, and we parked. The policeman said, don't you turn. How do you know that your really ancestors really behaved those laws? Guys, open the Bible. The Bible, we have an amazing story about 2 widows came from another country and starving. Today, if you're starving, you have the international insurance. I don't know how they call it, you know. But in the ancient time, people starved to death. And those 2 widows didn't starve. Do you know why? Because the mother-in-law said to her daughter-in-law, Ruth, go to one of the richest men in he must allow you to drink up. What does it mean must? Because we're Jewish. We are living according to the Jewish law. And they survive, and 4 generations after this we get David. And now, you know, 2 important points. I know, I don't blame you, but I know that in some parts of the States today, if you're a poor Mexican, in my ranch, I can take my gun, and according to the law, can kill you. And according to the law, it's okay. And ask those people, big guys, big hats, nice boots. Ask them, guys, come on, let me know who is more modern. Do you know what I get from an answer? Silence. Because who can be more modern than God more than 3,300 years ago that he gave us the law how to show with others what we get? More than this. Think about the royal family. All those royal families that we know in the world, except the Jewish royal. How it become to be Jewish, a royal family? He used to be stronger than the other, that's all. He killed more than the other. He raped more than the other, more blood. He stole more than the other because nobody wants to be against him. And he become to be the king. Think about the stories that we learned from the Bible about the woman that became to be the grandma of David. She was a starving woman from the street. It's a story of modesty. It's a lesson of how to share what you get from God with others. And you must, I feel that I must put it inside my heart and know how to share what I get with others. We did everything. Now we picked up everything to the threshing floor. This is the threshing floor. I want to remind you one of the stories that one of the brothers, and it's not Martin Luther King, that he said, I had a dream. From his dream, I know that he knew how to work again with his hands like the prophets what we mentioned. They knew how to work with their hands. Put everything in the threshing floor. Now the threshing floor, I can be like a magician, put 2 stalks of wheat in my hand, and I start to thresh them. Without to say any abracadabra or how important the sevens, I can find the seeds of the wheat here in my hand. The brown thing, I can grind them, have the bread. Here in Israel, it's the flour first. Yeah, I get the flour, mix the flour with some chocolate, yeast, sugar. Wait for 40 minutes, put it in the oven for another 20 minutes. What I get? Guys, you don't follow me, so. Yeast, sugar, chocolate. What I get?
Chocolate cake.
In Hebrew, rogala. Rogala. Now what I get, it's a cake. But it's not a piece of cake, it's a lot of work to do it one after one. Those they develop, and sophisticated machine, nothing at all. Take a look. Play food from the forest. Prepare some holes inside those holes, they put volcanic stone from the Golan Heights. Put it like this. And now they try to find somebody that wants to pull it. Nobody wants to do it. Like today, I asked my kids to help me. Said, come on, Dad, I have some homework to do. They play with the computers, you know. 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, I'm sure that they got those reasons why they don't want to help their father, and they found the answer. Our friend Mark can pull it. His name was Mark, his name is Mark, and he started to pull the threshing board. This is how they did it. And now listen carefully, guys. According to the Bible, according to the Jewish law, you're not allowed to muzzle animals when they're working at the threshing floor. And now I want to share with you something that I thought about this. You know, from the time that I remember myself, I think it was the 3rd grade, the teacher said to me in the public school, the religious public school, he said to me, Menachem, you are not allowed to muzzle the ox and donkey when they're working the threshing floor because you abuse them. So it's made science, you know, it's like science, you know. He cannot eat, and I abuse him. 3 years ago, I sat here, and I thought about this. You know, which part of his body we abusing? I can understand that we hurt his back when we mix animals, unequal power. But which part we abusing now? What do you think? Breathing? Which part, what do you think? You know, I feel like I get an answer. You know which part of his body we are abusing now? His brain, his mind. Because all the others, it's nature. Normally, we didn't do nothing for it. It means that more than 3,000 years ago, somebody gave us the laws that we are not allowed to abuse, even mentally abuse our animals. It's something, it's so important that we cannot understand it today. It took to the humanity more than 3,000 years ago to put the logo of rabbit on my shampoo. Thank you very much. We have it in the Bible that we are not allowed to abuse animals. Deeply, we are not allowed to muzzle them. Because if you muzzle him, it means that you really hurt his mind, and you are not allowed to. If you think the deepest point, you're wrong. You know the deepest point? Saturday, Sabbath. According to the Jewish law, if you have a free day, you have a break day of Sabbath, because you are a Jew, you must give to your animal to be free too. Why? Because this donkey knew that yesterday it was Friday and tomorrow it's going to be Sunday. Come on! I don't know, maybe. You know, it's so. Think about those people that didn't mix animals. All the others said, "Come on, you're damn. You know, you can do it. Wait, it's nothing." It took 3,000 years to be the level of the Torah. Shabbat is the same. If you have a break day, you must give the same break of day to your animals. How they separate between the chaff and the seeds? You throw everything to the chaff, to the wind. The chaff is nothing. Blow. Like your leg, lady. Blow with the wind, and the seeds, because they have air, fell down. Think about this farmer. After 6 months from the time that he started to cry when he sowed, after he cleaned it with the sifter, you know, he must take a very hard decision. How many is going to use this to this season, to this year, that he can really feed his family. Now there are many here going to save that he can start all the process again in another 5 months, 6 months. If he took the wrong decision, his kids will starve and his wife will Before we're going to grind the seeds, any questions, please?
Which comes first, the wheat or the barley?
I think the barley. The story, yeah. In the season, the barley is before. And all the story about Ruth and Naomi, read the sentence and see that they speak about the barley. But the barley, today we said that the barley is food for animals. And wheat is for human beings, but I don't know how they really. Okay, we can grind. We're going to grind the seeds now with the grinder. The millstone. Come on, feminist female donkey. This is how they did it. You know, half an hour to get something like 2.5, 3 pounds of flour. Think about this. It's so easy to go to the supermarket, pick it every morning. But from the other side, think about the woman of honor in the ancient time. She started when she was 15. She began to be 25. Every morning, half an hour like this. She got muscles here. The husband opened his mouth not at the right time. She can give him a punch and kill him. Ladies first, please. Grind.
I'll do it.
Come on. Biceps.
Go, go.
Is it heavy?
Just like cleaning teeth.
I could
Yeah.
see.
A little less noisy.
A little bit.
If you want a good picture, do what he's doing. He's a professional photographer. Take it from the same level. And do it, yeah, when the sun is, yeah, it's very nice.
Oh, you had your glasses on.
Oh, I should have put the glasses on. They're probably dark too.
Yeah.
I put some more, right?
Whoa.
Go the other way. Other way, Trish.
Clockwise. Counterclockwise. There we go.
I see why.
Oh, good.
Pizza?
No, I thought about insurance. Okay, I tricked you. We did it before.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, now,
Wow, that's amazing.
one of the popular
I love it.
questions that people ask me, how you can explain to ourselves, Menachem, that your nation came back to the homeland after thousands of years? You know, an easy way to say it's a miracle from God, but you know, miracle from God, it's a nice answer, but I try to find the source, you know, why it happened. And I think in the Mishnah, those 6 books of the Mishnah that we get here in Tzipori, they gave us the law how to keep the connection with this land, even we are living in Yaman, even we are living in Poland, you know, we mention every prayer, we mention Yerushalayim more than a dozen times every time. You know, after a piece of cake, we mention Yerushalayim and remind God, peace returns back to Israel, to Yerushalayim, to the temple. Every feast, fast, holiday, wedding, you know, we crash the cup and swear, if I forgot Yerushalayim, I forgot my right arm, etc., etc. And it works. You see, we are here. Even when a Jew, a woman Jew, girl prepared the dough, she took a piece of the dough, she threw it to the fire, and remind herself the time of the temple. Time of the temple, it's like a symbol. Time of the temple, it means that Israel is living in their country. They get the place that used to be the only place in the world that they get connection between earth and land. The only place that you can call it the God's house, you know, in the Moriah Mount in Yerushalayim, Mount Moriah in Yerushalayim. And what they did, the priest, because they didn't get any part of the land, the priest, it means the tribe of Levi, they came to the other tribes, they took piece from the dough that they can prepare to themselves something to eat, because how they can grow up their own wheat without any part of the land. And when you do it, think about the Jews in Yemen, the Jews in Portugal, the Jews all over the world. When they did it the last and even today, the last 2,000 years, they remind themselves that they want to be again in Israel in the time of the temple. It's power. It's power to do it because you remind yourself really where you are belong. I can open my hands or not? What do you think? This is exactly what they did, and this is exactly what I'm going to do it now. And I'm going to say the blessed, and if you want, you can say Amen. ברוך אתה אדוני מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להפריש חלה מן העיסה.
Amen.
Freud. Another important story. When you are going to prepare your pita now, I want to remind you 2 important things. One, think about nation didn't have enough time to prepare a real bread. What they get?
Matzah.
Matzah, what you call in English unleavened bread, because they did it very fast without any yeast. Or very important to the Christian, because it's exactly what Jesus said in the Last Supper in Yerushalayim was, because it was the first eve of Passover. Why we call him Passover? It's important because God knew how to pass over the Jewish houses in Egypt. Why? Because the Jews was brave enough to take the Egyptian god, it means the lamb, and tied up to their bed from 3 days. That what's happened if you take a little lamb, she started to scream, to cry. And all the Egyptians heard it. They was brave enough to do it. They was brave enough to slaughter him. They was brave enough to take the blood. And the hyssop, what I have now in my right hand, the hyssop was the brush, and put them on their doors. It means all the Egyptians saw exactly what they did to their gods. It means they're brave. And they show a big lesson to the kids to do exactly what God commands them to do, even it can be dangerous. And from this part, God knew how to pass over when He killed all the old people, all the old boys in And what we are going to do, we are going to do the same thing without any roller, without any table, like we are in the middle of the desert. We open the dough with our hands. We are going to put it in a hot iron, and after seconds we are going to have our piece of pita bread, or if you want, a piece of unleavened bread or piece of matzah. Any question, please?
Did we invent the pizza?
Yeah, pizza. No, pizza is a very nice. Like I invented the question. You know, I think that it was 12 years ago. I get an Italian group, colleagues, very serious people. You know, very tough. I say to them, you know, your ancestor was been here. They stole the idea how to prepare the pita from here, from Israel. After they destroyed the temple, put some cheese and oregano on our pita. And one of the ladies, she was very old, she came to me and said, Menachem, I'm so sorry that my ancestor destroyed the temple. That lady, it's a little bit late. You know. Come on, take a piece of a dough. We are going to prepare ourselves our pita bread. Come on.
We're good to go.
Samaria, and one from the valley. The second time was from the valley. It was amazing time. It's the same season before Passover. We came to Jerusalem, and I was very upset because I'm living in the Galilee. I use a donkey. My name is Menachem. And I came to Jerusalem and nothing happened. It means that I'm not the Messiah.
You got over your Messiah complex.
Okay, instructions, safety rules about how to ride on donkeys. Only one riding donkey and one leading with a short leash. Don't try to race with them or run with them. Because if one of them start to run, all the others said, they are very smart animals. They said, wow, you get a good reason, we must run too. And it means that you found yourself in a race donkey. It's not the idea. Don't ever, never kick him or do something for the same reason. Don't tie up your head to a donkey leash. This is more or less the same instruction. And you are going to be on the donkey, and one from your group going to lead you from the earth, from the ground. You don't walk, you don't ride on donkey like a horse in Texas. Somebody must lead you from here. You must speak the donkey in the same language that all the Middle East speaking here, guys. Don't try to bring something from America to speak with the donkeys here. It wouldn't work, believe me. Hard to go, and ish to stop. Hard to go, and ish to stop. And now, if you want to take a picture, nice pictures on a donkey, I'm going to show you what is the right place to take the pictures, that you get an amazing pictures on the donkeys now. Please, climb up. No, from the other side. You can use the rocks here, it will help you. Only if you feel balanced. If you don't feel balanced, don't do it. Because, you know, yeah. Yeah. Hey! To go, and ish to stop. Now, if you want a good picture, you must take it from here, from the angle. Start on your back, little bit, down. This is how you take the picture. These best pictures that you have in your trip, from here, with the groups and with the donkeys. With the group, yeah. How you slide down from the donkey is very important. If not, you know, you can find yourself here on the ass from the last, yeah. Slide, swing legs, and slide down. Any question? Pair up, guys. The workers will give you a donkey and give you